Tax Refund Delays 2024. In today's video, we are going to go over the IRS Errors Department. If you are still waiting on your 2024 tax refund, more than likely you may be in the Errors Department. So let's go over the different aspects that can lead you in the Errors Department. Welcome back, everyone. So very happy to have you back for another update. Let's begin with you made a mistake on your taxes. You had unreported income. Your tax return was incorrect. You amended your tax return, injured spouse, and identity theft. These are all different aspects that can lead you down that error department and delay your tax refund. Now, if you realize there was a mistake on your tax return, you can amend it using Form 1040X, amended U.S. individual tax return. Make sure you always consult with your local tax professional before you amend your tax return to see if you actually need to do so. Let's go over some of the examples in which you may have to amend your tax return. For example, a change to your filing status, a change to your income, deductions, credits, or tax liability means you may need to amend your tax return. The IRS may also make adjustments if they find a mistake on your tax return. They will send you a notice if you disagree with the proposed changes. You can always respond timely following the instructions in the letter and provide your additional verification of why you disagree with the proposed changes. Now, when you file an amended tax return using Form 1040X for a particular tax year, that then becomes your new tax return for that year. It changes your original tax return. Unreported income, it is important that your tax return accounts for all of the income you had for that particular tax year. Remember, income isn't necessarily just the money you make from your job. It also includes things like freelance income, interest, dividends, settlements, sale of property, and many other sources of income. You can search gig economy on the IRS.gov website for more information on those side hustles. Now let's go over some of the information returns in terms of income. You have the basic, the W-2 used to report wages paid. You have Form 1099 miscellaneous used to report amounts paid for services performed by independent contractors, rent, royalties, awards, and other payments. You have Form 1099 interest used to report interest paid to you. Form 1099 DIV used to report dividends paid, and Form 1099-R used to report distributions from retirement accounts. Form 1099K used by payment settlement entities such as PayPal to report payments via third-party apps. Form 1099S used to report the proceeds from the sale or exchange of real estate, and Form 1099B used to report the proceeds from the sale of securities, and Form 1099C is used to report income from forgiveness of debt. These are all income that you must report in total with your income earned from your employment. Remember, third parties send these documents to the IRS already, so they have the information. But if you don't include it on your tax return, that can delay the processing. Incorrect tax return. A tax return can be incorrect or incomplete for many different reasons, from simple things like forgetting to sign a form to big issues like misreporting income, like we just went over, or incorrectly calculating a credit. It can also happen because of various errors when filing electronically. If information is missing, the IRS will either return the form or send you a notice asking for specific information it needs to finish processing your tax return. Simply send the information to the address on the notice or call the number on the notice if you have questions and you want to respond as soon as possible to provide any additional information to speed up the process of completing your tax return. Let's go over injured spouse. You are an injured spouse if your share of the refund on your joint tax return was or is expected to be applied against a separate past due debt that belongs just to your spouse with whom you filed the joint tax return. This can be a federal debt, income tax debt, state unemployment compensation debt, or child or spousal support payments. And finally, identity theft. Individual identity theft is a fraud that is committed or attempted using a person's identifying information without authority. Individual identity theft may involve stealing someone's social security number or their individual taxpayer identification number, the ITIN number, name, bank account, or credit card numbers, and using that information without that person's knowledge to file a tax return. Some ID theft starts with something as simple as someone stealing a wallet or accessing your email. Make sure to check out the previous video that goes more in detail on the extreme delay for those who are affected by identity theft. It will be pinned in the comments as well as in the description box. Also, I will pin in the comments as well the video on how to verify your identity with the IRS. There is a two-step process. And please share with us in the comments if you are in the IRS errors department, you are still waiting on your 2024 tax refund, and how long you have been waiting. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and come back for more